Welcome to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazelton area high school football here on WYLN, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton. I'm your host, Marty Burns, joined as always by Hazelton area head football coach Dennis Bookman. This week we go over senior night's victory over the Berwick Bulldogs, a look ahead to playoffs as the Cougars will travel to take on Bethlehem Freedom, and a very special guest from the Cougar football program. That's all this week on Sports Talk.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazelton.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance.
In Hazelton, talk to State Farm agent Pete Keselica.
2 Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazelton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
Welcome back to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazelton area high school football here on WYLN. Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton, and I'm your host, Marty Burns, joined once again by Hazelton area head football coach Dennis Bookman. And Coach, the one thing that stuck with me from Friday night in your shutout victory over Berwick, a lot of emotions up and down from the pregame ceremony to the end. Just talk about the emotions from Friday night.
First of all, senior nights are difficult in some ways, just because it's, you know, when it's a Week 10 contest and you're playing a rival, and it's probably the last time that you have an opportunity to be able to coach, and those seniors have an opportunity to play on the home turf. It's certainly emotional, especially this group and what this group means to myself, what this group means to our program. You think about some of the incredible things that this senior class has accomplished, and especially these last 3 years. We talked about last week what they've gone through, too, to have to overcome so much adversity. It's truly remarkable. So certainly this past Friday, it was an emotional time, but it's also a happy time too, because you get to see, I think the ultimate goal for any successful football program has to be that you want these student athletes to come into your program as boys and leave your program as young men. Mm-hmm. And I truly feel a lot of these guys, they've done that. The 18 seniors that we had walk across the turf of Harmon Geist on Friday night, you look at each one of them and you see the maturation, and you see the way that they've grown throughout the years, and you know, you're so excited because you know they're going to be such successful people as much as successful student athletes. So it really is an exciting time as well, but certainly, you know, what senior night brings, and playing then Berwick on top of that.
And as we mentioned, the Cougars came away with a shutout victory over the Bulldogs. We got quite a few highlights to get to, so let's get started. We start with the opening kickoff and a nice run by Connor Kundrat.
We start here. We had a 5-yard penalty to begin the game for a delay of game. Connor Kundrat does a great job of erasing some of that, getting us to the 32-yard line to be able to start this football game off offensively.
I thought a nice play call here, the run by Ryan Mattis.
Absolutely. Third down conversion. Our first third down of our first possession here. Ryan Mattis, great job, and an excellent job up front as well.
And we touched on it during the broadcast. Wearing number 7 in the red is Matthew Casadas.
Excellent job here. Third down again, set us up for a 4th and short. We knew if we got in this position, we were going for it early. Wanted to ride the momentum and the confidence that we had in our football program.
And here's that 4th down run that got you a first down by Matthew Bookman.
We put this play here on the shoulders of number 1 in our offensive line, and what a great job to convert.
And what a great touchdown connection here by Wolf to Casadas.
First of all, the protection, the route that's ran, and how about the throw by Tyler Wolf? You couldn't place the ball any more perfect there. We saw cover 0, and Tyler Wolf was able to attack over the top.
And we'll look at it again, and you had a chance to see the Standard Speaker, a great picture that was in, I believe, Saturday's edition of that touchdown catch.
Just a fantastic job there.
And in honor of Coach Curry, he got them to jump off sides, go for it for 2 after you go half the distance.
It's such a confidence boost to be able to not only score a touchdown, but then get the 2-point conversion, be up 8 points early on the first possession, and took over 6 minutes off the clock.
Call this one Anderson and Friends.
Great job here. We allowed them to be able to gain some yards on 2 explosive plays on their first possession, but we immediately got them behind the sticks on their first possession, and were able to get their quarterback off of his launch point and force this incompletion on 4th down.
And here we get a look at Tyler Wolf running the football.
Tyler Wolf, great job here. Pocket presence, protection's clean, but understanding and having that mental clock, knowing that contain is broken down, being able to pace out of bounds after the first down. It's a big-time play by 14. We had a fantastic half.
And another connection in the passing game, Wolf to Casadas.
Protection once again, front shoulder down, getting to a secondary read here. Matt Casadas being able to pierce north, tucking the ball properly. You see our guys working upfield here. Selfless play, playing for one another. Everything we pride ourselves on.
Call this one Coleman and Friends.
Xander Coleman started playing rush end for us in this football game here. Positionless football players, our coaching staff players do a great job of buying in, executing, teaching multiple positions to allow us to be successful.
Another pass play to Matthew Casadas.
Great job here by Matt Casadas to be able to fight for the football, work his top shoulder through the defender, and be able to finish the catch.
And this one is labeled Kundrat and Friends.
Kundrat being primary force here, understanding field position, numbers, angles, grass. We have white hats coming from the backside. Big time play there by our defense.
First of 2 straight looks of Connor Shamani.
Excellent job here. We saw a look from their flat defender that we knew we would be able to get through the top half of him as long as we were able to allow it to crease through. Tyler Wolf did a great job being patient in the pocket.
And here Connor again.
Well, once again, we saw the same look out of this coverage and this formation set that we gave, and were able to attack it successfully once again.
And here a catch for Ryan Mattis.
This is a big drive for us at the end of the half. We're up 8-0, but really to take this football game and take control of it, we knew we wanted to score on this possession here. We've been so good in the 2-minute. And this continued once again.
And here they came with help over the top for Shamani, but Tyler threaded the needle.
Absolutely throwing this over the flat defender once again. Connor paces outside. Great job.
And here, a touchdown catch and a nice effort from Matthew Bookman. We'll look at it twice.
We wanted to get Matthew Bookman in space. We feel when he's able to get in space with not only the way that he has sudden quickness, change of direction, and burst, but his physicality, it's tough to bring him down one-on-one. So we allowed a playmaker to make a play here. Great play action by Tyler Wolf. Protection's clean. We knew this flat defender was going to be closing down now. As long as we were able to out-leverage him, we knew we had the edge here. This was gigantic for us to go up 14-0 in the first half. Our defense up to this point had 4 straight quarters of shutout football.
And here we get some pass defense from Ryan Magnus.
When you look at the way our defense played, the second half of Williamsport and throughout the game Friday night, it was truly incredible. Really, they didn't have answers to be able to go with the football, especially in the pass game. Our secondary was clean throughout the night, and we provided consistent pressure on the quarterback.
And here we see Connor Kundrat with a nice open field tackle.
Staying home here, minding your business, being 1 of 11, waiting to the offensive player. He pierces the line of scrimmage, able to make the play on the cutback.
And a sack here from Robbie Anderson.
Big time, 5 sacks in the game, multiple pressures on the night. You look at this defensive group, Robbie Anderson continuing to get better and better.
And here we see your special teams.
Special teams, all 3 phases. Complementary football. Here you go on a 4th and long. Bad snap. We're able to make a play then on the punter trying to be able to run for a first down.
Team D on the sack, Coach.
Here we go again. We talk about not allowing this quarterback to be able to be clean in the pocket throughout the night, and I thought we did a terrific job of making sure that we didn't allow him to be.
A run here from Matthew Bookman.
Great job by Matthew Bookman in the second half, really leaning on those seniors. On senior night, they answered the call without a doubt.
And here's the touchdown run that we'll look at twice.
This run here made the game 20-0. Really made us feel comfortable at this point with the way that our defense was playing as well. The buy-in from our players is second to none. You see the finish on the run here, the excitement after the play. It was everything you look for in a performance, especially in a home football game.
And here we see your special teams again with kickoff coverage.
Our kick cover team. Look how many scarlet jerseys, white hats you see. Pinning somebody inside the 10-yard line who struggled to move the ball throughout the night really gave our defense even more confidence.
And here's another Team D sack.
Great job. You just have to love the relentless pursuit by our defense here and the selflessness to be able to consistently attack the football.
And here Connor Kundrat with some D.
Great job once again by Connor Kundrat, being able to tackle the offensive player here for only a 3-yard gain.
Big John combines with Kayvon for the sack.
Big John, Q, all over the field. We know that. Q in 10 games, over 100 tackles. You see the emotion here, the excitement. You just love to see it. It gives you chills.
The beast was unleashed.
Absolutely.
Here's Big John.
Big John, a guy who's only been playing football a few years and has just continued to get better and better and better. Has become one of our top players and one of our biggest leaders.
And here a combo play, Coleman, and then Miner helps finish it.
Xander Coleman once again was excited to be able to play after missing a few weeks, and you have Q certainly being consistent.
And we'll look at this one twice. El Presidente with the sack.
Yeah, Ryan Matthews, the do-everything guy for a football team. When there's a big play to be had, you know number 10 somewhere involved. Great job here being able to understand leverage and finishing the play with the big sack.
And here we see Matthew Casadas with the interception.
3rd down now. We allow a throw up to our corner here defender. Once he gets the ball in his hands, you see our defensive players now. Sam Porrell working downfield, Matthew Bookman, Connor Kundrat, Kayvon Miner, everyone working downfield, knowing what we can do after a turnover.
And here a reverse for Matthew Casadas that helped put it away.
We had a big play here. We wanted to keep possession of the football and not give it back. We saw the backside pursuit. We knew we would be able to attack the edge here with Matthew Casadas, let him work in some space. The performance on Friday night, it really was special. We talk about firsts with this team too. Not only now have we beaten Berwick 3 years in a row, first time in program history that we've shut Berwick out. And to shut anybody out is really impressive, our first shutout of the season. But when you look at them from a perspective of a coaching staff, a skill perspective, what they have up front, it's a really good football team. And they have a lot of explosive players. So for our guys to be able to hold them in check throughout the night. As I said, at times we bent, but we were able to make big plays to get them behind the sticks again. And in my opinion, that's the mark of a really good football team. Not to give anything easy up, not to give any layups up, and force teams to earn things on us. 6 quarters now, we've played shutout football, and we understand going in the postseason, and especially being on the road, we talk about our defense has to travel, and we're excited to continue to progress here in all 3 phases, especially defensively.
Now, we saw it during the game. Tyler Wolf and Connor Kundrat left with injuries. We're going to give away one of the secrets on TV that probably I'm not allowed to say, but I'll say this show has never aired live on Wednesday nights when fans are watching. We do the taping every Monday, and unfortunately, you really don't have an update because I know both players were going for a test today, so you really don't have much to update on. So we just wanted to let the fans know that we're not going to just breeze over the subject. There's just not really an update to have. But one of the things we saw, and one of your players came up to me after the game, and I said I would protect his identity, but the senior class president wanted you to comment on Ryan Mathias's arm strength, that the one pass downfield, that he made it that if Connor Shamani wasn't getting it, nobody was.
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about preparation, and you talk about 2 guys in Ryan Mathias and Matthew Bookman who came in. There were still over 9 minutes left in the third quarter of a 14-0 game. This wasn't a game that was a 30-point game at the time or whatever the case may be. So for Ryan to come in the maturity he had and be able to work a vertical route and be able to throw it where only his player can make a play or nobody, and then for Matthew Bookman to close out the game, so to speak, and be able to take control of the offense, and for guys to believe in him. It's one thing to work these things, and we have plan A, B, C, D, and so on, but then for everybody to buy into that, and then the belief that each of our players have with every play that's called, believing that we're going to score and get positive yards, and that buy-in, you saw that selflessness there. So tremendous job by our president, and certainly a tremendous job by Matthew Bookman. Those backs, those guys up front took control of the game in the second half. It's a testament to our culture and the guys that are in our program.
Now, you got to do some scouting over the weekend, and we'll talk about Bethlehem Freedom at the end of tonight's show. But before you get ready for playoffs, and depending who you have and who you don't have, there may not be a lot of believers, but as we've seen in baseball with the Phillies, all you have to do is just get in the tournament, and I think that's a great thing for your team.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, we had the conversation today. We're an 8-2 football team. We're winning 80% of our games this year. We're winning 70+% of our games in the last 3 years. We have a conference division title last year. We're in position to win a district title this year. And we're going on the road against a good football team, but we're bringing a good football team as well. Right. And the guys that we do have are going to be guys who want to play, who are invested in this program, and who have put a lot into this. This isn't just something that we've been working towards this year. This is something that has been continuous process throughout the last 3 years.
And I know Coach will say defense will travel, and one of those young men that we've been seeing lately a lot in the highlight package, Kevin Guzman, is our guest, and he's next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
We moved! We've moved to 703 Airport Road. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has moved to our new state-of-the-art location with more room for greater selection and our all-new service and parts department. Come see us at our all-new location, Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, behind Walmart on Airport Road. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Welcome back to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton Area High School football here on WYLN. And we are brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. I'm your host, Marty Burns. Glad to have joining us this week, Kevin Guzman. And Kevin, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about your role on the team, and it's progressed as the season has gone along. But talk about, earlier on you're playing a lot of helping the first teamers get ready on either side of the football. Yeah. Just talk about getting them ready and then having opportunities to get into football games in various roles.
Yeah, so it's important to have players to get your ones better, It makes the whole team better, and it makes you better too because you're playing against, better people. Then, later in the season I got an opportunity and, I just threw it all out there.
And let's talk about that. Let's talk about, A, you're getting the first teamers ready, but B, you've got to be ready because you never know when your number is going to be called.
Always.
To jump in there, whether it's a close game or whether it's a game just to close things out in the fourth quarter. But just talk about being ready.
Definitely. Just like last game, you never know what's going to happen. Anything could happen, but, it's always next guy up,
And we've talked with a couple of your linebacker teammates, and this group, I think, is one of the best groups that Hazleton area has produced as far as linebackers. And you step in there, and it's just seamless to transition for you guys. Talk about how you and your group of linebackers.
It's like simply, I put it like this, especially last game, because I felt this a little bit. As soon as something happened, maybe, we bent a little bit, we all knew that we all had each other, to bring us up. And the love and the commitment that we have to each other that's what brings it up.
And let's go to the offensive side of the football. A lot of quality backs that we've talked about through the season, but because circumstances had it, your number was called and you were in there to help try to close things out. Talk about playing with some of these guys in the backfield and your role.
Well, it's awesome, They put me out there, had to make a bunch of key blocks, and that's important, to get, number 1 or number 10 to get a big play. And I don't mind that,
And, having that opportunity to run the football, I'm sure you're like the rest of the guys. Talk about the guys up front that help get those holes for you guys.
Well, they're the team. That's what's that's what our building is off of. We don't work as good as they perform,
And we talked so much, and I think we talked about it last week with Juan, when you guys are looking to close it out, and whether it's Coach Bookman or whoever on the staff says to the linemen, we're going to put it on you guys. But what that also means is you guys in the backfield, you're going to get a lot of work in that fourth quarter when you're looking to close out the game. Talk about the mentality of, we want to keep this going, we want to keep things rolling. It's not only the guys up front, but you guys have to do the road work as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're grinding all game, so we also got to put the same exact energy, and if more, to keep the game going. Say we have to run a bunch of plays, just keep getting up each play, getting ready for the next one.
Well, Kevin, you'd be amazed how time flies on this show. So thanks a lot for joining us, and best of luck at the Summer Playoffs Friday.
Thank you.
We'll talk Bethlehem Freedom next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, here to ask you, is your kitchen ready for an overhaul? We offer free in-home consultation and design, no interest financing, professional removal and installation, countertop and backsplashes, hardwood and laminate floors, kitchen appliance sales, service and installation, and of course, everyday low prices. Grand Central in Hazleton, helping you make your house a home.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance.
In Hazleton, talk to State Farm agent Pete Keselika.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your ER partner.
Welcome back to Sports Talk here on WYLN, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football. And Coach Bookman, got a chance to see Bethlehem Freedom on Saturday. What did you see?
First of all, Coach Roeder, who's been there for a while now, his staff, they do a great job. They played a big rivalry on Saturday and against Liberty. They're a football team that's also 8-2 this year. They're the number 4 seed in the sub-region. Actually, the sub-region champ last year. A really nice collective group. They have a big physical quarterback, a nice group up front in their offensive line. The Fletcher kid at tailback is as good as advertised. Defensively, they're able to play multiple guys at multiple positions, and they're a very talented group. But also at the same time, as I said, I feel we're bringing a talented group as well, and we're bringing a group that's excited to be able to compete against one of the state's best, and we understand the challenges that they present.
Coach, we've got about a minute left, and I'm sure the rallying cry is building off another undefeated regular season on the road.
Sure. We talked about the success that we've had on the road and really the last 3 years overall here. And, when we go on the road, we have that us against the world mentality. And our players, they feed off that, and we're excited to be able to travel. We've had to travel to some places and go into some hostile environments throughout the last few years here. And, as I said, it's an opportunity to get better, and it's an opportunity to compete. And if you're a competitor, you want to compete against the best.
Coach, best of luck in step 1 of the playoffs.
Thank you so much. Go Cougars.
Go Cougars.
They're ready for the playoffs, fans. So for Kevin Guzman, Coach Bookman, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. Join us next week for another edition of Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.